In America, without trucks, we don't have a country. I got into it. I actually drove when I was 18 years old. I worked for a company called King Provision with my uncle, delivering to Burger Kings in North and Central Florida. And I swore I would never get into that again. I hated it. I was young. My brother had an idea. He was like, hey, we keep shipping stuff on FedEx. It's expensive. He's like, get a truck. You can use it for your stuff and you can haul our stuff. And it's like, okay, great. So I sent him to Texas and bought this little junky old truck, a straight truck with a tiny sleeper. He drove that thing unknowing all the way from Texas back home, and we started. It's a cutthroat industry. I mean, the margins are so tiny, there's no room for error. The brokers are a tough part of it. They're a part of it in some good fashion. They're also a bad part of it. The amount of money that they make compared to what we make, it's tough. Second from the drivers is the ELDs. Before ELDs, freight wasn't bad, and we had more equipment, more drivers essentially, because we didn't have an ELD. When that took over, having to run specifically on a given time period, it's just not feasible. They're forcing us to run when we're tired. There's no doubt that the ELDs have caused more accidents than what we had pre-ELD. If you want any indication of what ELDs did, go to any truck stop at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they're full. And now you got a thing where all these guys are parking on ramps and off ramps all over, and it's crazy how dangerous it is. But the paperwork part of it that we had to deal with was tough. Trip sheets for every trip, miles, gallons, and all that stuff. Well, ELDs actually help that because now all of our miles are documented. My son started driving for me last year. He's not a typical trucker. He's 22, skinny, just health conscious. It has changed a lot. You're seeing a higher quality of person come into it. You see a lot more women in trucks now. It's amazing to see these young little women, and they're slinging these trucks around like they're nothing. Anybody can drive them, and they prove it, and they hold their own. I smile every time I get to see one. I'm like, look at that. That is cool. It's refreshing to see. I wish more guys would consider getting into it. It's just trucking's got a bad name. It's not a glorious life. It's not a very good lifestyle for a family man. It's a loner style of life, being gone a lot. In America, without trucks, we don't have a country. Freight is not going to move without trucks the way we are set up. The people think that we're in their way. The locals and whatnot, all the cars think that we're in their way. They think we're unsafe. So it'd be nice that they would realize that the trucks need a little appreciation for what they do.